the day before we go live on the 29th on Netflix, they're going to release the WWE documentary called Unreal, where it's a series that they're going to put together showing you, the audience, what happens behind the scenes, what goes into making the decisions that they make, what goes into the production, what goes into everything behind closed doors in WWE. As Triple H himself put it, we're going to pull that curtain back. We're going to let the people see what's going on. And I'll be the first to say, when they did something very similar to this last year, and you and I were hyped for it when they were going to do the 1 hour documentary about what went down at WrestleMania 40 with The Rock and Roman Reigns and Cody and Seth Rollins. And we actually got excited for that one because we knew that it was going to give us some insight as to how that main event really, or those two main events really came to play. Because there was a lot of controversy and a lot of talk about what went into it. I don't think I minded so much that one because of the way that it ended. It ended so beautifully. It ended so nice. We got the tag team main event, which led into the Roman Reigns-Cody match the next night, ending of the story. Classic night of WrestleMania, one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. This was a positive spin. And that's why I think I really didn't mind it all that much. I'm old school. I don't like the breaking of the kayfabe as far as being specific as to what's going on backstage. But the way that they filmed it, the way that we got responses from people, I was kind of into it. This one scares me because this documentary is going to take place during a time where the drama was negative, where there was a butting of heads, where things are not going the way that everybody wants them to go. There's one side for this person, one side for that person. Cody doesn't want to do this. John doesn't want to do this. Rock wants to do this. Triple H will not allow that to happen. There was, leading into WrestleMania, there was a swarm of controversy that took place. So my biggest issue with this, and this is why I kind of wanted to throw this out into the ether before I watch it, was we have assholes on social media right now that have never stepped foot in a locker room, never stepped foot in a ring, don't know a single person in this industry, but have watched it their whole lives, so they feel like they know everything that they need to know. And right or wrong, you can never tell these people that they are on the right track or way off base. They know it, and that's all that there is to it. These people walk around with the ultimate confidence that they know the business like the back of their hands, and they don't know anything about the business. And one of the biggest things that I hate about this show is that this show is going to be used by people as a metric, as a way of explaining away their bullshit. I don't like this booking decision. Triple H sucks. Oh, actually, this decision was pretty good. Triple H is kind of a genius. It goes 100 miles in either fucking direction. And I don't like the idea that they're going to pull that curtain back and allow these people to see what the process is, because then it's going to give them more ammunition to continue to behave the way that these fans have been behaving the last couple of years, which is entitled to the whole situation. They know how this works now. I just saw it on the show. So you don't really have a reason for not pushing my favorite wrestler. It's all a preference. You're playing favorites. That doesn't sit well with people. If you look online, they will tell you that Jey Uso was the worst decision for the World Championship in years. But if you go to the building, he's one of the most over motherfuckers on planet Earth. They can't get enough of this fucking guy. I hit the button again. They can't get enough of this fucking guy. So the two worlds are split. And I feel like this documentary is going to blur some of those lines. So I'm a little concerned about what happens to the audience, to the fan base, once they get a load of what's going to be on this show. I mean, even in the trailer, when it opens up with Cody, it's like, how do you feel? You know, it's like, well, my arms work, my neck's not broken, and I'm walking, so whatever, it's a good day, you know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of stuff I don't think people really need. They don't really need to see it. They don't really need to
Well,
say that.
there was a part before that too where they ask him, "Hey," because it's they say, "Hey, how do you feel?" And he's like shit.
Yeah,
But like not Cody, like not like you said, him, real person, him.
yeah.
Like how do you feel? Like shit. But my spine's not fucked up. My neck is fine. Like he's listing off a couple things, and he's like, as long as those are okay, I don't have a right to bitch. And just I see what you're saying. Like that feels very disconnected from the character, and it could be a little weird. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, for Cody, as an adult, right? As an adult, we have the ability to look at something and make the decisions as to what it is that we believe and don't believe in what we're looking at. There would never has been a time, and I keep telling people this. There's never been a time where everyone who watched wrestling believed that it was real and on the up and up. There was an era where it was predominantly believed to be real, but you always had those pocket fans who were just like looking at it and just go, 2 and 2 equals 4. This doesn't make any sense, right? The way that they move, the way they're selling the moves, the way they're hitting each other, this looks not. This isn't real, right? We have more of those now. It's flipped. We have more people who know that it's scripted, that know that it's coordinated, than people who don't. But having said that, that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to go full bore into that direction. I love when I go to Disney Plus that every time they drop a Marvel movie, they immediately follow it on the Disney Plus app with they call it oh shit, it's a series. Anyway, just behind this, every time they release a Marvel movie, there's an episode on that series that shows you behind the scenes of how that movie came about. I love watching those. You know why I love watching them? I get to see the set design. I get to see how they went about choosing who the actors would be. I get to see all the individuals who put the production together in the first place. You know what I don't see in those behind the scenes at Marvel? Who made the decision on how the script was going to go? I don't get to see producers and writers and the directors sit down and formulate the script. Well, Iron Man's going to do this, and then Spider-Man's going to do that. Like, that's not part of the behind the scenes. They're giving you an inside look at what it looks like to be on set. You can do that. Hey, this is them in the exercise room. This is them training. Okay, fine. Those are uplifting stories. They're advertising. We're going to sit down and we're going to show you how we do this, like how we put this together. And I think that's crazy. Why, if you've got a world famous gumbo, why would you give the recipe out on Facebook? That doesn't make any sense. Just continue to make the fucking gumbo. I know there's fans out there that want to know, but even if you tell them they don't know, you can watch all the episodes of ER that you want, and there's millions of them. By the end of that season, by the end of all those seasons, you're not going to be able to perform open heart surgery. I don't care how many times you've seen it. It's not enough to tell people the information. They have to be able to comprehend it. That's what training is for. You tell a bunch of people this is how I do it, they're going to look at that and they're going to go, oh yeah, I understand that. They don't. And their warped version of that understanding is how they're going to filter in the content that you provide moving forward. They're going to think, oh, I've been looking at it all wrong. This is how I'm supposed to look at it. And then they're going to go, oh, well, this sucks because it doesn't fit. Okay, but it changed. You didn't see that part. They showed you a window of this one incident that took place, and now you're going to use that as your copy and paste. That's not how this business works at all. Right now, Jey Uso is top of the pops, right? He's getting the big pops. They're pushing him to the moon. Tomorrow, they could deviate from that completely, and it changes everything. So I don't know. I'm not a fan, but I want to see what it looks like, though. I am curious.
We'll see. I know when I first took a look at the trailer, I had that knee jerk reaction of like, ooh, I don't know if I like this. Like this might just be a little too much, but I don't know. I want to reserve. I want to pull back. I don't want to use my old mindset or whatever the case may be about it because we are dealing with people who are used to this type of stuff. So I don't understand the reason why, but if anything, I would imagine it's to evolve and to kind of try something new in the way that like the way we see things is different than what the kids today see things. So this may be entertainment more of the it makes sense with like the streaming stuff, the streamers, the reality interaction, like to see the real people, like that's a thing that this generation enjoys, like it's their entertainment. So it's not too far fetched to think that they can do something like this and it will work for like a younger crowd. So I don't want to kill it right away, but like you said, I have my reservations. I have my my feelings about it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.